book, and I was like, dude, that's your D&D machine.
What are
Are
you
you
on
on
right
your
now?
phone?
I'm on my gaming computer. I brought home that because I was gonna be home for 2.5 weeks.
And you
I
oh
was gonna say though, your mic is a lot better.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You know what I did? I moved
What?
it further away from my fan. I think it's the fan.
Yeah, because your
Here,
voice is pretty clear. Like usually your voice is okay, but
does it
sometimes
sound
during D
worse
and D,
now?
well,
Oh,
your
usually during D&D.
yeah, so your quality is usually okay. It's just that sometimes your voice doesn't get picked up. If that makes
Interesting.
sense.
Interesting. It's weird. Maybe because I usually sit down on like my bed and have it resting on my lap.
Yeah.
Why is it so
Alrighty,
spooky?
everyone. Welcome back to the Varum Chronicles, session 23. Previously on the Varum Chronicles, the party had continued on their path after meeting the farmer and had come to a crossroads where 3 soldiers had set up camp attempting to collect tolls. Kenneth approached them and engaged in conversation, but with the toll price way too high, Kenneth decided to launch Vitalifrog at the men. Combat ensues, and with each side trading blows, when suddenly a woman comes screaming out from the foggy forest, screaming, "Help! Help me!" In quick pursuit, a 10-foot tall troll with one eye and one arm bursts out of the foggy tree line as well. The party and the soldiers, once foes, all focus their attention on the troll. As combat ensued, with Vitalium and some of the soldiers taking the front of the attacks, the troll eventually made off with one of the soldiers into the fog. The party pursued, with Desmea's light keeping a visual on the troll. After catching up, Vitalium heated himself up, damaging himself greatly in the process, but dealing critical damage to the troll. Sadly, this was too much for Vitalium, for the troll swung hard and knocked Vitalium out for the count.
No!
Seeing the courageousness of Vitalium, Brennan saw his opening and ignited the troll with fiery flames, and it fell to the ground, charred and lifeless, steam still flowing from its corpse. Kenneth, having a vantage point from a tree, quickly spotted where the troll was going, a cave a little bit further into the forest. The party then explored the cave and quickly realized that this was the troll's abode of recent times, and the woman's husband was seen alive in the back. After learning his name was Richard and exploring the cave further, the party began to head back to the crossroads where the woman was waiting. On the way there, they were greeted with a Vitalium holding a troll's head in one hand and a troll's heart in the other. Here is where we begin our session.
I tell you, we can't possibly have room for that. Like, to carry. Right?
What do you mean? I have 2 arms, don't I? This will be invaluable to my research. A troll's regenerative abilities are amazing. This trait is found in such little amounts of other creatures. This is a invaluable opportunity for me.
If you say so, but I'm not carrying it.
No, of course, I would carry this. If anything, I will attach it to my bag by its long hair.
I'm gonna be. You'll be in the back. You'll be in the back. I want to smell that. Anyway.
Wait, where are we going? Are we going to the
We're
woman?
going back to camp, I thought.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll just walk towards the camp.
Yeah.
If you remember, Kenneth and Desmea are holding Richard, the injured man, kind of fireman style, as you guys are walking through the forest.
Oh, yeah. Have we gotten back to his wife yet?
After, like a few moments, kind of going a little bit slowly than you would normally, you do manage to see, kind of, as the fog begins to clear up and the sun kind of beams down on all of you, you do see the woman who had come screaming out for help kind of resting on one of the stools in the now abandoned camp from the soldiers, as she's kind of looking down at the ground. And after a moment, as you guys continue walking, she glances up, and you can immediately see great joy come across her face as she begins running over and immediately embraces Richard and goes, "Oh my God.
We found him.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're okay."
Sure.
And Richard goes,
Kenneth, I'm just cheesing. I'm standing way too close. Got a big dumb grin, and I'm just observing this just happy family, and I'm like, oh, glad they got back together.
"It's okay, Maureen. These lovely folks saved me from the clutches of the troll. I don't know what would have happened to me."
What was her name that he said? That we heard him say?
Maureen.
Maureen. Oh, thanks.
As you guys continue and you get back to the camp where there's some seating for all of you, and you kind of sit down. I can't thank you enough. This is
No biggies.
This is a scary day for the Doolittle family.
Doolittle.
Little.
Steven,
Yes.
take notes. Take notes.
I
Sorry.
am taking notes.
Sorry.
Little.
Dude, I straight up have a journal and I'm writing this all down in right now.
That's good shit.
I haven't properly introduced myself.
I'm all set.
My name is Richard Doolittle, and this is my lovely wife, Maureen. And we were on our way to Teldrin, actually, when the troll... we were stopped on the side of the road as bathroom break, and the troll came out of nowhere and grabbed me. Immediately, it seems to have broken a few ribs, as he kind of, is hunched over, kind of holding his rib cage area. Well,
Oh, it's terrible.
what exactly are you folks doing here? To what circumstance do I owe a twist of fate in our favor?
We're actually passing through Teldrin as well. I'm heading over to Idenlock.
Wonderful. Please, you four are going to have to stay at our inn, on us for as long as you want. We are actually co-owners together of the Teldrin bathhouse.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, bathhouse.
Kenneth, why don't you roll a history check for me?
Okay. Am I in Foundry?
I
I get
believe
in?
so. I'm not sure. It says you're in.
It's an
Okay,
here.
perfect. There we go. 9. Nick's back. A 9.
You've heard of it briefly. You know that it's basically just a really high-end bougie inn at Teldrin.
Okay.
That's kind of all you know.
Guys, this place is really nice.
Ooh.
Actually, wait, no, let me rephrase that. Isn't that like one of the nicest places ever in Teldrin? I say with just a hint of stupidity.
For a brief moment, through all the pain that Maureen and Richard have been going through, you do catch like a glimpse of kind of pride shine through their painful faces as they go, well, thank you for your compliments, but indeed, we do host all manner of upper class and middle class families across the southwest Feldrin Forest area.
Brown-nosing Kenny strikes again, boys.
But I mean, as I said, stay as long as you are in Teldrin, free on the house. It's the very least we could do. And then
Thank you so much.
Maureen kind of chipes up and says, yes, and please feel free to eat as much as well. We have the best cooks in town, we've been told, so please recuperate your strength there.
Are you guys heading there right now?
Yes, we were on carriage route. We were actually on our way back from Hembrow, a little town about a day or two's rides kind of south from here in the mountains. We were trying to procure a special salt mined in the Reskin Hills. Very expensive, so we thought we'd make the trip ourselves. I doubt we'll ever be making this trip again.
I don't blame you.
But that also brings up something of mind. If you also wouldn't mind helping us a little bit more. You see, when the troll grabbed me and ran off, the horse and carriage ran off. I believe the horse got scared and ran off into the forest, and we don't know what it is. And it's got very special salt, as I mentioned earlier. They're very expensive. We'd very much like to recover what we had in the carriage, for all of this would be for nothing. And we'll pay you each 25 gold if you're able to find the horse and the carriage and bring it back.
Deal. Wait, are we cool with doing that?
I mean, you said yes, so I guess.
Well, I just got excited. I heard 25 gold.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't take too long, like I know we don't have the most time, but I don't see why we still have a little bit of time to spare.
Yeah.
I would.
And I mean, with the horse, maybe we can hurry it up a little bit, you know?
Maybe.
I am personally fine with this new objective.
Do you have any of the salt still on you? Like just like a sample on your person?
Sounds good.
Sadly, no. It's got a very strong scent. It might still be on my clothes.
No worries. Well, I still have something I need to take care of here real quick, guys. When I discuss the details, I am going to get up and search the place. Go through their stuff.
Search the camp.
Go through the camp, see what's going on here. Because we never actually investigated, like, who these people were, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Why don't you roll for me?
Thanks.
And then
So
while
I'm just, like, excuse myself.
yeah, while you're looking around, Richard kind of pipes up and says,
No way. That's hilarious.
Uh-oh.
wah, wah, wah.
I don't know if I have my Google Drive notes open because I'm not on my normal computer.
If you have the shared account, they should still show up.
Yeah. Go to Drive. Oh, jeez.
Um,
D&D. There we go. D&D notes. Let's go. Updating.
So, Brennan, as you kind of begin kicking around the camp, around the sleeping bags and the other tents, Richard kind of pipes up and says, I can't imagine the carriage and the horse would be too far. I'd just look around in the immediate area and come back and let me and Marine rest a bit and bring it back if you can. That would be such a big help. You would have no idea.
Oh, no, I'm gonna eat it.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that like way too loudly.
Okay.
Jesus.
I wouldn't eat the salt directly. Some would say it has very psychosis properties when not properly.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna eat it.
Well, just to each his own.
I apologize. She is quite interesting with her decision making.
Huh?
But I do believe I have something that can help us find your horses. And Vitalium is going to tap his chest and close his eyes, and he's going to send out a sonar pulse attuned to a horse. And I'm going to cast Locate Animals.
Okay. You sort of, as you are tuning with your sort of radar, echolocation like, spell. A brief moment, and you get a ping about a mile away along the road. Slightly off to the right of the road. You do get a ping of a horse.
Ooh.
I've got its tracks. Follow me.
And Brennan, as this was kind of happening, you were kind of kicking around the camp, and it is pretty bare bones. You don't think you found much. Maybe when the soldiers, when they ran away, they already had the gold that they'd collected in their pockets. Although you do see on the ground a piece of paper, sort of like a kind of already opened envelope, sort of sitting on in one of the tents, kind of just out on the sleeping bag.
I'll pick it up and take a look. read it.
Okay, inside, I'll actually whisper this to. I'm gonna start doing what Matt's been doing
Yes.
with like all investigations and perceptions or whatever. Just basically
Insights.
whisper it. One
Get a
moment.
DM from Alex. Lucky me. And now it's in writing too, so I can't forget. Much. And I'm gonna, with whatever this ends up saying, basically start taking all the paper and ink that I bought for a minute. While my times do this, keep writing down. I'm just journaling everything that happens that we come across.
I'm gonna follow Vitalium in the direction of where he got the horse ping.
Yeah, I'm following them too.
All right, I'll stay back. I'll say, Maureen, Richard, I know you guys probably aren't in the best shape to move right now. Perhaps we could take a quick rest here while they go back and find the horse. I would like a short rest, if possible.
Okay. So what are you doing? I missed that last part. Are you guys immediately following Vitalium?
I was gonna stay back with Richard and Maureen and take a short rest.
Okay.
Unless I can get convinced otherwise.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like my favorite terrain, and like
Yeah.
I'm good at tracking animals. Plus, Vitalium is literally a druid, so
Yeah.
I don't think this gang is gonna struggle with this fetch quest.
If you guys see
Yeah.
anything, come back and
Alrighty.
be back here.
We get it. You're weaker than us.
Hey man, I blew all my magical powers in like 6 seconds that last fight. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. I'd like to get some back. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
So GDM me.
As Vitalium, Kenneth, and Desmaya, you head out, following Vitalium's ping. About 10 to 20 minutes pass as you walk closer and closer to the location that Vitalium is displayed. You arrive sort of off the road a bit, and you begin to see a
What?
carriage.
Why is my token so large?
Is the scene loading?
Oh
Forever.
no!
Oh, man. More goons.
didn't
You
kill
see,
him.
sort of in the distance, the horse, sort of trapped in what appears to be sort of thick mud, as it's kind of, oh my gosh, what the frick? This is glitch.
You see my
Whacking
token?
glitch.
Yeah, what the heck happened?
Your token's normal size on my screen. What?
Really? It's like
Same.
literally the size of the sun. For me,
What the
it's kind of
frick?
crazy.
Let's
refresh,
refresh
I'll
that. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh too.
It's like literally the size of the sun, and everyone else is like ants.
Wait, can you stream your screen? Share your screen on Discord?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm using a separate computer.
I
Unfortunately.
just see something huge on the horizon.
That's not an Omega boss. Have no fear.
Please don't give us another. Not
Oh
here.
wait, I have a perfect thing to do when my thing reloads.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah, look
I'm
at it.
normal size.
Oh wait, what? I see it on Alex's stream. What the fuck?
Wait, why are there so many things next to it? I don't like that.
Okay, so my thing's stuck loading. I hate when it does this, but
Zooming in, they look like the hobgoblins,
so you see
aka.
the horse kind of neighing in the mud. It's stuck in the mud, and you see about 3 goblins, sort of kind of hanging around the carriage, kind of like. "Rah, rah, 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 rah." You see, kind of one goblin has whitish powder all over his mouth as he's kind of dancing around. His weapons are kind of on the ground.
Which one's that?
I can't ping, but it's the one that's on the south side of
This
the.
Okay, this one.
Wait, it has powder, so it just like snorted some cocaine.
These are cocaine goblins. They get too active around.
They're really into crypto.
Oh,
NFTs.
Well, this is great. Like, give yourself a short rest, or not yet?
It hasn't been 30 minutes yet for you. It's been about 20, so you can short rest in a bit. Goddamn, Foundry refresh. I can't do anything. But you see another goblin kind of fall out of the carriage as well, and he's kind of sitting on the ground with his kind of sword in his one hand, dragging on the ground. As you see, he's just also gotten powder all over his face. And so one's kind of dancing and one's just kind of sitting on the ground doing absolutely nothing. And then you see the sort of the last goblins kind of trying to kind of poke the horse with his sword. But he barely can't reach. And he keeps trying to like swing at it as it's kind of making like it's like kind of scared horse noises as it's kind of trying to rear up when it can't do that super effectively because it's stuck in the mud.
Those are just the best.
You guys think these are the bath salts that they were talking about?
The bath salts, I didn't realize.
Or sorry, not bath salts. Licking salt? Was it? What was it? Salts? Salts?
This could be the bath salts that they had mentioned previously. It does seem like these goblins are acting irrationally.
So, Vitalium, can I ask you a question?
Of course, Dismaya.
What-
What seems to be the matter?
What did you mean earlier when you apologized on my behalf?
Uh-oh.
Let's focus on the situation at hand. I think
I've been thinking
there's some
about it
goblins
from
over
the
there,
walk over
and
here,
the goblins
and
look
I
very
feel like
ferocious. And I think
you meant that in a negative way.
it's like something that we should really focus on here in the time being, because they're trying to kill that poor horse over there.
I just feel like you meant that.
And
in a negative way,
and
I'm a
I
little
just
upset
I really
about
like horses.
it.
So
You really like horses.
I love horses.
Okay. Are we gonna fight them?
Well, they might not be aggressive.
Vitalium looks down. You can see his entire like midriff section is just like dented inwards, and like you see some of his like kind of like upper chest areas cracked. And he goes, "Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm still quite a bit injured from our last fight."
You look very injured. What are you talking about? You're not gonna lie. You're literally dented.
Thank
This
you
is-
for your honesty, if I tell you.
But a flesh wound.
I don't.
Give me
have-
1 second.
That's
And
mad.
Vitalium is going to put his hand to his chest and cast Cure Wounds. Hey!
Oh, nice.
Plus
Bow, bow,
13.
bow, bow.
And you're going to see as Vitalium puts his hand on his chest, and he's going to kind of, you're going to see this kind of white light kind of come out of his fingertips as you see him start to like weld in his armor pieces back.
Ooh. Okay, roleplay.
Does that hurt? Can I touch it?
It's incredibly
touch it.
hot. You're gonna burn yourself.
Oh, okay. Um, I just want to see if this will work, DM. But I'm going to cast. How far? And I move up 15 feet, but still be very discreet.
Why don't you roll a stealth check for me?
You can never say, "Can I be discreet?" without those magic words coming out of Alex's mouth.
I'm going to
freaking
be
try.
discreet. Oh, are you now?
Can I have like advantage because it's like nighttime, you know?
No,
and,
it's not nighttime.
It's
The sun is
daytime.
up. Yeah, it's daytime.
It's daytime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell by the color of the map. I would have it be daytime in the map if it was, or nighttime if it
won't
was.
move. I refuse to move. My stealth is fucking terrible.
Man, what are you trying to do? Let me help.
You are not. You don't have any magical abilities, though. How would you help?
Yes, I do. I have bees.
Oh, that's very true. See, I have this spell where, like, I can create distractions.
Oh,
And
okay. I can create distractions.
I was just wondering if I should create a distraction to see if the goblins would follow that, and then with that way, we don't even have to fight.
All right. DM.
Or
Yeah.
we could do a surprise round if we do fight.
So I have the cantrip Mage Hand.
Okay.
Oh god.
And what? I don't like the immediate regret coming out of everyone's mouths. So what I'm hoping for, and I mean from a role-playing sense, I don't think Kenneth would be able to like fully manipulate like 5 bees to like pick up an object. But can I try?
Yeah, you can try.
All right.
Wait.
Also,
Before you
Troy,
do
did you add the
that-
13 HP back to your character sheet?
I did.
How much HP do you
This-
have?
I have 23.
Okay, it's not updating for me, so I'm not updating on my end.
But before you
Just now.
do that, just
Yeah.
give me a second, okay? Okay, I'm going to do. I'm gonna create like ominous whispers coming from the other side of the forest using thaumaturgy.
You're not. Wait. So, what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna create like like a distraction, like the goblins will hear some like whispers coming from like the other side.
You worried that might spook the horse more than the goblin.
Okay. I don't think the horse would care about ominous whispers. Would they? Horses don't know the difference between a whisper and right? No.
Italian is going to put his hand on the shoulder of Desmea and go, "It's a simple solution. Make the ominous whispers horse whispers, saying it's going to be all right."
Wait, if we can whisper in horse, shouldn't we just whisper the horse to come towards us?
Yeah, I can't
And-
whisper in horse.
I'm going to cast guidance on Desmea.
If I can't talk to horses.
You can't talk to horses.
No.
She can't talk to people or horses.
I can talk to people. I'm talking to you guys.
Sorry. That was mean.
I mean, I can try something. Can I try to talk to the horse, DM? Does it understand the language?
I mean, no. Yeah. Okay. You see, kind of Desmea.
So you're gonna
Desmea.
be thinking, and I'm gonna hold up my finger and be like, "Hold on." Yeah, I got nothing. I can't talk to horses.
Okay. Well, this is why we try.
Should I do the whispers? I'm gonna point 30 feet the other direction from us and be like, "Oh, over there."
If you want, I can augment all of our stealthy abilities so that we can maybe sneak up on the goblins.
So, are we gonna engage in combat, or are we what's the What's the
I don't know if
situation?
they're aggressive. Are all goblins aggressive?
I
It's-
think that is a generic trait of all goblins. Is that
Kenneth, you
They
are
are-
too naive.
They're kind of
Aggressive
they're
creatures.
like monkeys and orcs if they made babies.
yes, but I would consider them to be an angry monkey. They're like
Yeah.
gold trinkets.
Well, I would
Yeah.
argue all monkeys are kind of angry monkeys. It's only a matter of
Yeah.
time before that chimp you feed bananas every day just rips your face off.
Oh,
I would beg to argue differently. I've seen other monkeys that were quite nice.
are we really arguing about monkeys right now?
I wouldn't say we're arguing, but more of an
Yes.
engaging discussion.
Also,
It's a
we have
debate.
We have to think about how. What if there's like big boss goblin and he's just hiding? You know, like
Why would he be?
remember Kenneth? Like we fought the little goblins and then big boss goblin. I mean, I will say you kind of like shot him in the head like critically, and that was a little scary on my part. But you know, like what if big boss goblin comes and like you don't shoot him in the head this time?
Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival starts playing as Kenneth has a PTSD moment from his encounter earlier in the campaign.
You're okay.
um, Yeah. No, I know what you mean. But I handled that almost by myself, so I think we'll be okay here. So, is the plan take him out or try to just get him to run off?
It's at this
I guess-
moment that you guys see the door of the carriage burst open
Oh.
as you see a bigger goblin than the other
Oh,
ones.
you guys! I'm gonna
As-
look around and be like,
This goblin, you see him begin to tear off his own armor. As
Oh.
you see, he's also now covered in this white powder. As he throws his shield to the ground and yells to the sky. As he slaps the goblin beside him.
alright.
And the goblin kind of like falls to the ground a little bit. As this goblin is now kind of pounding on its chest. As you can clearly see, it's got the white powder all over his mouth as well.
I told you guys. I'm gonna look at Vitalin and Kenneth, and I'm just gonna like silent, but like also be like a "I told you" type of look. I'll be like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is an even greater opportunity. I can investigate
Vitalin,
more
this is not time
organisms
for your
and the
stupid
influence that this
research.
mysterious powder has on them.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is perfect.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go for it. We're gonna do surprise round, like a surprise.
Yep, I'm doing it. DM, I'd like to cast Hunter's Mark on the big bad.
Oh, you're going right now. Okay.
Kenneth.
Okay.
Your hunters. Oh, when you cast your ability, is the other creature aware?
I don't think so. That's why I'm just like, I'm priming myself, though.
All right.
So wait. We should all cast at one time. Surprise. You know, like a but
Let me go. I'm doing it. I'm doing the damn thing.
So as you cast Hunter's Mark, you kind of send like your bees, and they go, zoo, and they start to fly around the hobgoblin. As
Nice.
he kind of notices that there's a few bees kind of flying around him. He starts trying to swat them out of the air, and he's like, "Arr! Arr! Arr!"
Last thing you'll do, you big bitch.
and he's missing all of them.
All right. Well, with that, with Hunter's, so I cast Hunter's Mark then on him.
Yes,
Cast at level 1, or can I cast it like
you can cast it.
how good?
However many spell slots you have left, and you can cast it whatever you want.
I have 3 spell slots, but like, what does it do to cast a level 1 spell at a higher level?
Well, first
Yes.
off, it takes. If you have a spell slot for it, then it doesn't matter. Like you just consume that spell slot. So let's see.
Okay.
You have.
How do I consume the spell slot? Just clicking on it.
So you don't have a second level spell slot.
Okay.
You only have first levels.
3 level 1s.
Yeah.
Okay, consume spell slot. All right, cast. So wait, what is this? What did I just roll? I didn't mean to roll anything. Is this the bonus damage I do to it?
Yeah, that would be the. I think that's when you
Until the
attack.
spell
That will be the
ends.
bonus damage when you
Okay.
attack.
Okay. I just wanted to use it this would consume the spell slot.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Alrighty, so I need what are you? You guys are gonna get a surprise round. So what are you guys doing?
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
On which one?
The big guy.
Can you target them when you do that? When you target them and use spells, it gives me the option to immediately click it to their DC. So
I
it's
targeted
nice.
it. Should I re-roll it?
Yeah, just re-roll it, but don't consume. Yeah, just re-roll it.
It's a cantrip, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
cast
this
the wrong
royalty-free
one.
fantasy music, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to play around with the music.
Yeah, it's
I'm loving it. It's good to have audio.
Yeah.
Did it work? No. My bad.
You have to cast Toll the Dead into the chat by hitting the icon again.
did.
Yeah. There we go. See,
Okay,
now
good.
it gives me the pop-up. Thank you. It rolled a natural
you're-
1.
Is it already injured from Hunter's Mark?
No, I haven't done anything yet. I'm gearing up. Like I locked in on it. And I'm about to just quick scope it.
It does 1 damage.
All right. Then for my actions on this surprise round, I want to run 30 feet up,
Wait, can I also run 30 feet this way?
and
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Entangle.
Yes. You rolled 1 damage. That's so sad.
Hey, it happens, okay?
No, it doesn't.
Entangled,
Mm.
Troy? Or by time?
Yeah. Maybe I should have tried to charm person leader. Maybe that would have been funny.
Why did you roll so many?
Probably their initiative.
Yeah, the other initiative.
Okay, I was like very scared. Wait, they rolled so well. What?
Hmm.
Can I roll my initiative now?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Shh.
I rolled a 5.
Wait, can you see their rolls or their spot?
Their spot, I can't see their rolls.
Okay. Oh, no, the spot's randomized until they turn, by the way. So, like,
Okay, that makes me
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
bad.
Wait, shoot, Alex.
yes.
My screen wasn't big enough to place the active effect of Entangle, and I had to right-click to drag, and it put it away. How do I do it again?
So, just scroll out and cast a spell again. But you don't have to consume a spell slot. You can uncheck the consume a spell slot thing. Wow. Holy fuck. Okay, so,
Oh, I need to roll for initiation then.
yes. So the hobgoblin got a 20.
Oh shit!
I got 20 on my.
Did we trade?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
What?
we're fighting a hobgoblin. I'm scared.
What do you mean? It's got a stupid name.
I'm not even there.
But it's like Dobby, but it's Hobby.
We're gonna quick scope it and save a horse. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, you've also got the chance to, research it.
This is very true.
All right, Troy,
Italian is so easy to manipulate.
untarget all of them if you can, and you should see which ones are entangled by the icon.
Okay, I see it's the top left and bottom right?
Top left, bottom right, and yes.
Alright, in true D&D fashion, I'm gonna go stack.
Also, they're in difficult terrain, Alex, even if they didn't get hit by the spell, so they're moving at half speed through it.
Okay.
Are they like triple disadvantaged because they're obviously like drunk or something,
No.
inebriated
They're
somehow.
high.
Or maybe it's advantage because maybe it is like Adderall or something like that, and they're like buzzed.
They're actually so like loosey-goosey right now that like they roll with advantage on the throw because they're not even bothered by the vines.
Kenneth, did you want to use anything else for your attack?
Yeah, I wanted to cast. Then I wanted to like actually shoot him with an arrow.
Okay, why don't you go for that?
All right. So close to the oof.
All right.
22. Does 22 hit?
22. A 22 does hit.
All
Why don't
right.
you roll
Whoa.
damage?
I did not like how you said does. Uh-oh. All right. So as I'm doing that, I'm circling with the bees, and it's not going to consume the mark, but like from like the ring of bees that is formed around him, I'm going to have 2 of them just kind of go in and bite. Like think of it like they're like 2 lines just like cutting across the circle. They're going to go into bite as like part of the gathered swarm, part of my passive. Sweet. So the bow does 12 piercing damage. Then do plus 2 from the hunter's mark, plus 2 from the bees.
All right,
Holy shit.
perfect. And then, so that's what, 16 total?
16.
16 all piercing, but he's not wearing armor, so I don't know how
Yes.
much that matters.
So, in a like a flash, as the hobgoblin's kind of swiping at the bees, suddenly the massive bell tolls, and he puts his hands to his ears and goes, "Arr!" And then looks at Vitalium and Dismaya approaching, and quickly, as he starts to run, Vitalium surges the ground with metallic roots as they entangle some of the goblins. But the hobgoblin, being all juiced up, starts running, is unabated by the roots. But as he's running towards Vitalium, an arrow through the tree. Kenneth, how do you like to do this?
What?
Alrighty.
Already?
So as I'm kind of like locking in, I can like kind of hear the bees like as they're swarming around. Like I'm starting to pick up on their vibrations because they were there for so long. I can hear them kind of be like aim just lower on the chest. Like they're kind of giving me like directional call outs. So as I let it fly, the 2 bees kind of come in and they distract him one last time, and the arrow just cruises right above at the top of the ribs.
Oh,
Right near the heart. To take him down.
I would like to think that the bees also like hold on to the arrow as it's flying, and they try to flap in the direction it needs to go.
I have had some arrows where like the bees that leave, they like kind of spiral out in front and they'll like curve a shot. I've had a few do that.
Well, that's pretty pog.
These bees are sick. But that's how I'm doing it. So just a coordinated called out shot between me and the hive, trying to place just a really good arrow.
where? Right between the eyes?
No. I was saying like right near a heart.
Okay, right near his heart. As he's running towards Vitalium with full speed, suddenly he stops as you see a large arrow protruding from his chest as he kind of looks around and then falls to the ground. Dead.
Nice. Kenneth will fist pump to himself as he has now developed a deep despising. He just does not like these goblins. He is sick of them.
Alrighty.
Hey. Did
Combat
it again.
begins.
Now, seeing as their leader just died, are any of them reacting in any way? I remember the last time I did this, I had a pretty positive, it had a direct correlation to people leaving. Or is the one on coke still kind of, or sorry, the one with white powder on his face maybe still unaffected?
So, as the hobgoblin falls to the ground dead, you see the 2 goblins who had white powder all over their face look at you with an anger you've never seen as they try to run through the roots to get to you guys. As the goblin who is also trying to swing his sword kind of looks a little bit more panicked, but sees his goblin mates running towards you and will begin to do the same.
Alright, well, I'll take a look at the coked out one, powdered out one, and I will take another shot. Oof. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Oof. Alright, now with Hunter's Mark, I can move it from target to target, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, if you killed
if
it.
you end up killing
Sweet.
the original person. Yeah.
So I'll roll 15 for the damage. Or the damage for the arrow.
Right.
12 on that arrow, plus the Hunter's Mark damage, which was 2, and the Gathered Swarm, which is another 2.
So,
So 16 damage again.
As her arrow flies through the air out of the bushes, straight through the head, the goblin with powder all over his face stands there for a second and drops dead.
Alright, alright, Kenneth, making these exact noises that I just made, he's gonna take out, he's gonna kind of, move his wrist in a way where some bees are gonna kind of, appear on his forearm, and they're just gonna share in my happiness, and I'm just gonna have a bunch of bees just dancing on my arm. And as I do that, I will slide over 25 feet to the left, closer to the horse. Sorry, 30 feet closer to the horse. That's how movement works.
Alrighty. As it sees, as the goblin without sort of a powdered face sees two of his comrades fall, he screams out and takes out his crossbow or his short bow and will aim it at Desmea, who's right there. Oops. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
No. As the arrow kind of, as the goblin is taking out his arrow, he kind of trips on the roots on below him, and kind of messes up his angle of the bow as it flings by Desmea, and that will end his turn.
Love how much of a jump we had on them. That's sick.
Surprise rounds be like.
All right. So, what I do is, Alex, I assume as I was walking up or before I had run in, had I put my troll head and heart in my bag, maybe wrapped in some kind of wrapping paper where it's not going to leak all over the place.
Oh, it's going
Yeah. You tried.
Let's go. All right. And then I'm going to run up through the side of the carriage, and then as I come around,
Is it difficult terrain for you or no?
It's difficult terrain for anyone that walks inside.
Okay, so do you have enough movement to get to where you were to there? Because it's 20 feet from there to where you are.
Well, hold up.
Stupid Troy.
Dumb.
5,
dumb.
10. So yeah, I can get to here for 15 feet, and you allow us to attack diagonal.
Yeah.
So I am going to, as I come around the left side or the right side of the cart, I'm going to plant my left foot and bring my right arm around, transforming it into the giant fist, slugging into the goblin. And
Alrighty.
I would like my attack not to kill him, but to render him unconscious.
Okay.
That'll be a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
That'll be 9 bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty, that's he's unconscious. You swing your fist and it in a slow motion. It connects with his cheek as you see the rest of his face kind of go sideways as he kind of slams into the carriage. Slams into the carriage and falls to the floor, kind of crumpled.
Good. And with that, I'll end my turn.
Remember to end your own turn.
Yeah. Sorry, it takes a while because I'm on a mouse pad.
I'm going to look at both of them, very confused, and because this was a little too easy, I'm going to run up right outside the difficult terrain, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to try something new. And I'm going to channel divinity, and I'm going to do Radiance of the Dawn again. And I'm going to take out my amulet, and I'm going to allow it to light up the area brighter than the sun. And it has to make a save DC. Oh, I have to target it,
yeah,
right?
target it.
Oh. Let me roll again.
It gets a 10.
Ooh. I do 13 points of damage to it.
All right, how do you want to kill it?
Well,
That's not gonna kill my unconscious little.
yeah,
goblin,
it kills
dude.
your unconscious person too.
God fucking damn it!
Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna kill both of them on accident, and I'm gonna my eyes are gonna be closed, and then when I finish casting it, I'm gonna slowly open one eye. I'm gonna be like, "Did it work?"
As you slowly open one eye, you see you see Vitalium standing over the body of a now sizzled and charred ash goblin, kind of sizzle into the ground along with the other one. Vitalium's just looking at you.
Oh, it works! Woo! That was my second time doing it, and why are you upset?
I guess there goes my my live specimen. Oh, the test we would have done. Oh.
I didn't know that you were. Kenneth. I'm gonna call it to Kenneth and give him a thumbs up because we have killed all of them.
At this point, at the camp, back with
In the meantime, we will snap back to Brennan. You have finished your short rest at this point. It's been about.
At my big camp.
Are you gonna? Do you wanna? It's at this point. Richard kind of goes. Well, it's an honor to be in the presence of a Ganassis yourself.
Sorry, I'm back from the bathroom.
Not too bad. At this point, coffee has been made, as I was making coffee in real life at the time. So I had them both cup to recover. Well, it is, can't say it's the first time I've heard that, but it's alright. I don't understand it too much. Why I'm held in such high regard, but
Well,
my best.
you have been blessed with good genes, and I've seen a few in my day, but it's always a pleasure to see. Are you a fire Ganassi? I believe so.
I am, yeah.
Wonderful. I've seen a few water and earth in my day, but you are the first fire one I've seen.
Wow. Where around in this area here?
There's been a few who've passed through Teldrin over the years, who've come to our bathhouse.
Oh, yes. Well, that's good to hear. I'm not from around here, so I'm not too familiar with the common area.
Are these people you're traveling with your friends, perhaps?
Yeah, I would say so.
Ah, wonderful. Where are you coming from?
Well, I'm from Atrian, actually.
Ah, our neighboring country. Wonderful. Well, are you guys on the road from somewhere? Are you coming from Atrian directly?
No, we're heading from west of here. We're heading to Ivanlock.
Idenlock. That's an interesting destination for young folks such as yourself.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's a fisher harboring town, close to the border of the New Republic, so it's a little bit more dangerous for younger folks.
Yes, well, I'm on family business, so kind of have to go. You know how it is.
And Marine kind of chipes up and goes, "This is wonderful coffee, my boy."
Thanks. I learned from
Thank
the
you
best.
so much. Well, and with that, we snap back to you guys. Kenneth, I don't know what you missed, but Desmea, with a radiant sun, burned the goblins to ash as she's staring at Vitalium, as Vitalium is kind of angry.
Oh.
Yeah, and I
should've-
also like called you over, because felt awkward and kind of bad, and yeah.
Vitalium, with a huff and a puff, is going to start looking around the carriage and the corpses of the goblin and hobgoblin. Can I do an investigation check to see if I can find anything?
You don't have to do that. They're literally ashes.
There might be something left.
I-
Maybe I can get some charred skin follicles, maybe some hair.
I don't think you'll get anything
It's
because they're literally ashes. Okay, I'm just gonna
Alright,
walk to the horse.
I will check the hobgoblin. Maybe it was safe. It was on the other side. Ugh. So,
why don't you roll investigation for me?
Marco.
Vitalium, as you begin to search the dead bodies of the goblins, you walk by the open carriage, and you peer inside, and you are instantly mesmerized by the white powdery salt that is littered across the floor of the carriage. And you kind of begin to ignore all else.
They said that this altered mind state, and these goblins were acting so irregular. Without thinking, Vitalium is just going to swipe his fingers in the powder and put it up to his nose and take a whiff.
All right. Why don't you roll a Constitution check for me?
Our campaign is supporting snorting cocaine.
It's a support.
Is it a saving throw?
It's a saving throw, yes.
Hey, we're working on deep.
Oh my god! Well then. Vitalium.
Wait, hold up. I got it. I think I have. Is this a? Oh, fuck. Wait, hold up. Is this kind of a disease?
All right, Vitalium. You instantly take 2 points of damage. As soon as you take a whiff, you're instantly whisked away as you're flying through the air of just a endless blue sky. As all the forests and the trees begin to kaleidoscope around you, like in the mirror dimension from Doctor Strange movie 1. Everything's colliding around you in a kaleidoscope of nature. As suddenly you see an image of Morph grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and surround your entire vision as he instantly vanishes. And then suddenly you see the troll face that you've just cut off begin to expand and stretch until it's a thin line as it suddenly collapses in on itself as you now find yourself back in the kind of, you're feeling around, but something doesn't feel right. You notice that your vision is completely upside down and in black and white. As you also realize that you can't walk properly anymore, nor speak comprehensible words.
Comprehensive.
Vitalium is he's just gonna have one thought in his mind. Whoa. I have to know more. And
what are you gonna do?
Vitalium is gonna try his best to move some of the salt into one of the flasks he has. He's gonna try to
why don't you roll
get
me
a good bit.
a dexterity? No, a sight of no. Yes, a dexterity saving throw.
What?
No, check. Dexterity check.
Oh. Yeah, it's a 5.
Okay. As Kenneth and Desmaya, you, I I guess Kenneth would see this because. Wait, what side of the cart are you on, Vitalium?
The open side that the hobgoblin would have been on.
So you guys both see. So you're over here. So Desmaya wouldn't see it. Just Kenneth.
No, I wouldn't see it.
Desmaya, you're on the other side, kind of checking out the ash of the bodies you burned, and you see the horses now. You see clearly that the horse appears to be stuck in the mud. It can't move. Kenneth, at this point, you see Vitalium. You see him put his fingers up to his nose, and you instantly see Vitalium lose almost all. You see, when you look into someone's eyes, you see his blue light eyes just instantly dim. And
I unfortunately know exactly what you're talking about.
You see Vitalium's arms immediately drop to his sides as he's just standing there, very, very mindless. And then a few seconds later, you see him come to, and you see him walk in the complete opposite direction of the carriage and kneel down and try scooping grass into his hand. Vitalium, you take this as trying to scoop more salt into a jar.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to ignore this, and I'm gonna go try to grab the horse and hook it back up to the carriage. I'm choosing to not interact. Is that? Do you mind if I try to go?
Yeah, as you walk by Vitalium, you hear very broken English. No must more.
Yikes. Yeah. Don't feel equipped to handle that. Hey, Desmaya, I'm gonna work with the horse. Can you help Vitalium?
What do you mean? Can I help Vitalium?
He's not well right now. He seems sick. Can you help?
What? And I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna be like, "What are you talking?" And then I'm gonna see Vitalium and I'm gonna be like,
You see Vitalium as he's trying to scoop grass into his hand. You see him kind of fall over on his face as he can't sit straight.
Did you sniff the salt?
Kendrate,
Vitalium.
and then come powder in his neck.
Instead of hearing exactly what Desmaya said, you look and you see Desmaya approaching you upside down. And as she's approaching you, she's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, almost looking like weighs like 500 pounds.
Vitalium is just going to put his hands up, warding her off in the direction as he kind of like falls over because he moves his hands into like a little like somersault, and then you just hear him go, "Itiam fratum est nulla efficur maximus libero semperagit."
Does this count as like a poison, Alex?
I do have immunity to disease and advantage against poisons, but...
Well, I think you do have to remember, this might not be poison. It might be, as the kids call it, quote, the good shit. So,
yeah, I wouldn't say it's not a poison because it doesn't, it won't, it's not like a poison running through his brain or his body. It's more of like chemicals that went into his brain.
Like there's no way to like cure him. It's just time.
Well, you can try. You can try.
Is she still walking towards me?
No, I have stopped.
I guess she would have stopped kind of a few feet in front of you.
I am going to so like Vitalium is very stressed out right now.
Are you stressed out, Vitalium?
Is Dismaya crossing her arms looking at me angrily?
No, I'm just kind of like shaking my head in like just disbelief / disappointment.
Vitalium is just going to say, "It okay," as I'm going to walk back into the cart and try to scoop more of the powder, but I'm actually going to be walking into the lake.
Okay. Why don't you roll a strength save for me, Vitalium?
13.
As you sort of walk into the lake, you feel kind of your feet kind of get a little stuck with mud as it kind of prevents you from kind of walking any further.
Good. Good. And then I'm going to bend down and start trying to get the powder.
Kenneth, you see Vitalium kind of moving some mud with his hands.
Before he does that, I guess I'm gonna do Harness Divine Power, so I get a spell slot back. And I don't know what to do with him.
All right, Kenneth, ignoring what's going on, I want you to roll an an animal handling check for me.
Was like, okay, I'll do that. All right, animal handling. Nice.
All right, nice.
16.
All right, so as you kind of
Hey, buddy.
you kind of trudge into the mud too. Why don't you roll a strength save for me as well? See how in this mud you can trudge around in. Ooh, it's the Kenneth high roll day, I guess.
I was gonna say, I mean, my attack rolls weren't like crazy, I guess. Like, I mean, like the damage was good. It's just the modifier is so insane, but that was clutch because I have nothing to add for strength.
So as you kind of pick up your legs, you know, you've kind of found mud like this before in your travels in the forest, and you approach the horse and kind of pat its neck, and it seems to be not being stressed out by you. It kind of calms down a bit.
Yay! Hey, pony.
While he does that, I'm going to cast Calm Emotions on like the 20 feet radius because I feel like that would also help the horse as well and Vitalium, so they will stop feeling stressed.
Okay.
That's a good call.
I think I rolled it. Is it right here? I guess like you guys have to save.
Yeah. So the horse rolled a 1, so it listens to your spell very, very.
Whoa.
Natural 20.
Dang.
So
Why did I do that? I'm okay with like. Why did I?
well, you just find yourself like you weren't just experiencing any intense emotions, so it doesn't really affect
You'll
you.
see like there'll be like a really light glow on the horse and Vitalium, and you see them suddenly stop, especially Vitalium, stop moving around as much and just like letting us help them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vitime, you find yourself trying to scoop what you think is the salt into a jar, but suddenly you find yourself whisked back into the mirror realm. But this time, it's just endless flowers and sunlight feeling warmth against your body, but you're still high as fuck.
So he's on heroin?
You also see the horse kind of go as it kind of just is quiet.
I hear it speak to me.
By time hears the horse go, "Yo, what's up, dude?"
Battalion just kind of does a slow nod back. And he's like, Hisque gastas antia get dolorum.
While Kenneth is helping the horse, I'm gonna try to pull Vitalium out of the mud.
And, you know, I just imagine, like, Morph grows to the size of a bear and he kind of picks me up, like, you know, like a little girl with like, a doll, just hold me, like, around my waist, and I just slowly come out of the mud with my arms in, like, a T form.
Kenneth, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna try to equip the horse back to its harness and try to like usher it out of the mire of goop it's in.
Okay. You find it. I need you to roll another strength check as you're able to attach the harness back to the. It was already kind of roughly attached, but you're able to equip the sort of one of the ropes that fell aside.
Yeah, I'm
11. As you kind of try to push the horse, you realize that it's pretty stuck, and you might need some help or think of something else to get this horse unstuck.
Well, bees aren't stronger than me, so I need help.
I'm gonna put Vitalium and sit him against like a rock area, very far, or not very far, but just kind of far from the carriage, so he doesn't scoop any more salt. I'm gonna go and help Kenneth.
Okay. Also, Brennan,
So-
while this is all going on, would you like to be doing anything in particular? Like, would you have wanted to start walking over in the general
Yeah, I guess
direction?
I would have noticed it's been a minute, so I'm gonna let Rich and know. Hey, I'm gonna go check on these guys. They seems to have been taking a while.
Sure. We'll be okay. It's a nice, beautiful day now.
That's good. Yeah, so I'll head over. And
I'd say you make it over within 20-ish minutes while this was all going on, and you kind of arrive to Desmond and Kenneth kind of trudging in the mud with the horse in the distance.
The fuck is going on here?
Hey, Brennan.
Hey,
Vitalium actually ate the salts that I was joking about, and now he is, ooh.
Oh, also goblins.
Goblins? Oh, come on.
Eh.
Oh, these fuckers need to stop. Anyway, let's get this horse out. Looks like we need some help. I'll walk over and start just trying to...
Vitalium, as Brennan walks near you, in your vision, you're just... all you see is Brendan is just a massive walking flame.
It's just gonna like his eyes are just gonna like dilate as he kind of like goes like flame, and he's gonna put his hands out like as if to get warm.
Oh, I'll look over as I'm passing. See, I'll just like take a second because he's now. Do I realize like something's really off at this point?
Yeah, you can. This does not look like Vitalium. You usually see Vitalium kind of carry himself with a strict, prideful, straight-backed walk. But this Vitalium you see kind of like hunched over, almost like a beggar.
Well, let's get this horse out first, and we'll help. I'll just like go to help.
I respect most of the group's mentality to just be like, well, that's not right, but that's not urgent. We're just kind of like, eh.
Let's get this.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We need to get moving.
Yeah, thank you. Can you give me a hand, Brennan?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty,
Lead the horse out.
I need you guys to roll a group strength check. I need your strength to you all will roll a strength check. If you combined meet the score of 25, you succeed.
Is anyone watching Vitalium?
No, I'm not.
How long are my emotions calmed?
I think it lasts for a pretty long time.
First one, because you rolled 2, but
Oh, I only
you're
rolled
11 and you're
1
16.
minute.
That was his first
No,
one.
that was for me getting the horse, seeing if I could solo Dolo.
32.
Bolo, the horse.
All right, Desmea, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw first.
Oh, natural 1.
All right.
Yeah!
As Brennan and Kenneth and Desmea, as you begin pushing the horse, you start seeing it. You start making progress. It gets slightly unstuck from the mud, and you start inching it back towards dry land. It's at this moment, Desmea, that you feel your left foot slipping, and before you can catch yourself, you fall face first into the thick mud, and kind of land face first in the thick mud. And everyone, like the horse remains stuck once more, but further closer to the shore, as you guys lose a bunch of the strength you guys were using to pull or push.
There's a look of utter bemusement and intense hesitation as Kenny does not know whether he's allowed to laugh or not.
I'm gonna look very angry.
Do you need a hand? Do you need a hand?
Yes, I need a hand.
Okay. I will extend an arm
Alrighty.
to the fallen comrade.
I need you all to make another strength check, except you have to beat 30 this time.
Not to pull her out of the mud. I thought we were just gonna all slowly just sink into the goop.
I rolled a 6, guys.
God damn it! That's 2 in a row!
All right,
Wait,
what
what
is
is that?
that? 22.
No.
Yeah, 20,
25.
25.
24.
So,
25, yeah.
as you guys begin pushing, your guys' feet just keeps dragging in the mud, and the horse is just it's not pushing that last stretch. You guys are probably gonna need to think of something more clever than just pushing.
I am blown away. If you guys are curious, you guys, if you're wondering how heavy you all are, since I've been carrying this session.
I think I can. I can't use prestidigitation to do anything here. I don't think I can.
What does that spell do, by the way, Steven? Can you just give me like a? Yeah, it seems like a.
The sensory effects. You can clean anything. You can heat up food.
It does kind of feel like the catch-all like infomercial kind of spell.
Basically, but for like cheap tricks.
Yeah.
This would be really nice if we had a Vitalium. Very angrily.
Yeah, Vitam, what are you doing right now? What are you doing in your state of highness?
Vitalium just wants to kind of stand up and kind of put his arms out, just heating up in the sun, and he's just going to just walk around in a circle and just kind of flap his arms, because he's feeling free like a bird.
You guys all see as you're kind of failing to get this horse out of the mud. You guys just all glance over and see Vitalium kind of walking around with his arms straight down, but his hands are flapping.
Oh gosh.
Well, I don't have anything that can help him right now either, so.
No, I think time is the only thing that can help him. Let's focus on this freaking horse before I get angry.
Before? Okay.
What are you trying to say, Kenneth? What are you trying to say?
I was saying that you fell in mud and you seem to be a little bit crabby, and then he's immediately gonna bite his bottom lip and just flinch, prepared to be
I'll
just.
cast prestidigitation and dismay to clean off the mud. That's now, I'm assuming, all over her clothes.
Yes. In a moment, you see the mud kind of wash away like wind is being blown on Desmay. Desmay, you find yourself incredibly clean.
I would have done that earlier.
Yeah, they did it now. God, you're clean, aren't you now, right? It's all that matters. Let's deal with this shit.
Morale's at an all-time high.
Alright, who's got... I'm not sure what else to do outside of just keep pushing.
A more clever way of moving this horse. I can't... Wait a minute. I think I can. Oh, holy shit, guys, I can speak to animals.
God damn it.
Woo! Alright, you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at a minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive. Alright, I would like to speak with this horse, ask him how it's doing, and what leg seems to be the most stuck. So we can point, our pushing into a more, focused direction, so we can cooperate with the horse.
Alrighty. As you channel your speak with animals, you hear the bees flying around your head, and the buzzing is louder and louder and louder until suddenly the buzzing goes away, and the horse's neighing quickly becomes a "Help me, please! I'm stuck."
Hey, buddy, hey. It's me. I'm the guy putting my hand on your head.
Can you please push me out?
Yeah, we're working on that. What leg seems to be the most stuck?
My two back legs, I can't move them at all.
Alright. We're gonna start by working on your left leg and then your right leg. Can you try to wiggle your front legs as we pull you out so you can regain your footing?
Sure. As you see the horse kind of starts to kind of do that mini gallop / kneading thing with its front legs.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right, you have successfully dropped the DC down to 22.
Let's go.
I would like you all to roll.
Let's go. No more that once. Maybe I spoke too soon. Let's go. Let's go. We got it. Yeah.
Alrighty. As the horse begins kneading its two front legs, creating kind of like a play within the mud, and you guys finally get a final push as the two back legs kind of break free from the thick mud and find themselves on solid ground. As the horse goes, "Oh, thank you so much. It feels so good to be free."
Oh, happy to help. All right, we're gonna lead you back to where you were originally. That sound good?
Okay.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of that horse's brain ASAP.
As you hear the buzzing kind of surround your ears again, and quickly the buzzing fades out, and the horse's speak of thank you becomes "Nar."
Oh, thank God. All right. Oh man. All right. Well, we did it. Turns out I can talk to animals now, guys. I kind of, yeah. Seems like a bee thing.
You think you could do that this entire time, but you just haven't been doing it?
Well, almost as if my inner conscience has been focused on an alternative method of achieving our goals, and instead of focusing on who I am and what I am meant to be, I was more focused in the moment, and that's a lesson in hindsight I will observe for the future. Says Chris.
Okay. So, how does the cart look? Does it look serviceable to hook back up, or is it kind of like pretty damaged?
So the carriage itself looks relatively serviceable. However, you do see one of the wheels is a little bit bent.
All right. Does anyone
They're rich. They'll figure it out.
to mend this wheel?
Yes. I'm going to approach it, and I'm going to cast Mending.
I'm going to cast Speak with Wheels.
Alright, Vitalium's gonna try to shake hands with the horse.
All right, Vitalium, you kind of walk up, but instead of the horse, you find yourself approaching Desmea, but to you, it's the horse. And you immediately stick out and grab Desmea's forearm and start shaking.
Can someone get Vitalium off of me right now?
It's the horse. It's the horse, though.
All right. I have an idea. I'm gonna use Mage Hand, and I'm gonna put out a couple bees, and I'm just gonna have them perpetually be like 5 feet in front of Vitalium.
Vitalium, you see massive wasps come into your field of view.
Well, so am I still under the effects of calm emotions?
Why don't you roll
No.
a Constitution saving throw for me?
What's the
A
time?
con save or whiz save?
A
intelligence?
Constitution.
Sure.
Trying to. You are still under the effects of what is going on.
Are my emotions still calmed?
Nope.
How long does the emotions calmed?
1 minute.
Your emotions are not calmed.
Vitalium is going to sprint away.
All right, Vitalium, why don't you make a
Life-size hornets are angrily coming for him.
Vitalium, you find yourself sprinting face first into the mud. Why don't you make a strength saving throw for me? All right.
18.
As you're trudging through the mud, you don't fall over, and you're just trudging through the mud, and you come out the other side.
Alright.
I'll go get them.
Are the wasps still following me?
Are they, Kenneth?
Even they didn't have the effect I wanted. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
My brain really wanted to say yes, but that was Chris talking.
Vitalium, in your limited upside down vision, you don't see the wasps anymore.
Yeah, and Vitalium's gonna run behind the tree and is like gonna be like back to back with the tree, looking over his shoulder to see if the wasps are following.
Oh, okay, I got an idea. I'll just start approaching Vitalium to try and wrangle him. While I'm approaching, I'll cast Prestidigitation again to or Minor Illusion. I'm not sure which one this would fall under, but they make myself have more like a kind of try and reduce like the light that I'm giving off, the way I look, but like make like a bright like angelic light around me. Start walking towards not bright, but like a halo.
All right, Vitalium.
That's Prestidigitation or Minor Illusion. I don't know.
You see approaching you what appears to be a Warforged in bright yellow light. It seems almost
what-
godlike.
What color is he?
Just
What material is he made out of?
the color of the sun, except the fire is dimmed, and you can see that it looks exactly like a Warforged, but just as if it was glowing with the color of the sun.
And I'll just be like, come on, Vitalium, let's go back to camp.
No grand dialogue. Hello, I am your god. Come on, buddy. Let's get back.
Yeah, basically.
I love it. I love that.
Vitalium is just gonna put out his hand like, "Sed quam inum sun touched retrum sed quam."
Yes, that's right. Let's go. And I'm gonna, if he's willing, start leading him back to where the camp is. Or
As
For-
I see this,
Oh, go Troy.
as I see this holy figure reach out for me, I'm gonna take his hand and he's gonna walk me towards the pearly gates.
as Brennan, as Vitalium, you see the pearly gates in the background is this yellow Warforged just leading you through them.
right.
While this is all happening, Desmea, you're kind of tinkering with the wheel, and you put your hands over it, and the bend in the wheel kind of cracks and bends, and then shifts back into place as the wheel looks brand new.
Woo!
Nice job,
I
Desmond.
think I did it.
That looks great.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Nice.
great, I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh.
I give a high five. I give a high five.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed a little sassy.
Am I not supposed to be sassy back? I can't get a read on you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is
Yeah,
me
I guess-
making an honest effort.
I guess I'm just gonna not do really much and just put the carriage on the horse situation.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to peek into the carriage and can I see if cover my nose and stuff, and can I see if the salt is everywhere?
As you peer into the carriage, you see that the salt had appeared to have been in crates, and the lid had been taken off one, and there's been salt kind of strewn up upon the ground in a very minimal amounts, but enough to where you could, do what Vitalium did. But it looks like it could be easily cleanable.
Should we clean it for them, or should we just, give it to them like this?
It seems to be not for us to mess with.
Okay. I mean, yeah, maybe we should just warn them.
That there was a
At
spill.
least-
I think that's smart.
Yeah. So that, if they ever go in, they don't, get high off of whatever this is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the responsible move. Good idea.
All right.
All right, Brennan, you're on Vitalium duty, and I'm. Gonna let
I'm
you-
gone. I just instantly, I'm not gone, but I'm ahead of them. And I'll yell back, yeah, got it. Let's go.
Oh, you headed to the camp.
I straight up just started walking.
Vitalium,
Oh.
roll a wisdom saving throw for me. You have to beat a 17.
Dude, I'm being walked around by my fucking god right now. This is great.
Okay. For a brief moment, the god that had been leading you transforms into a dark shadow, and you feel immediately like you have to attack it. However, as quick as the flash happened, the shadow quickly reverts back into this godlike figure as you kind of untense your arm as you're preparing to attack it. Alrighty. What are you guys all doing?
I'm gonna walk the carriage back.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys begin to take the horse and carriage back to the road as Brennan is leading Vitalium like a young child being led by their parent. And we will take a 10-minute break here.
Alright, coffee. Oh, get more coffee. 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Alright, sounds good. Oh man, Troy.
I set a timer for 10 minutes.
Troy, we're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a talk here.
You should go and do cocaine, mister.
I figured if I rolled a natural
Welcome back, everyone.
Oh man, I wish Aiden was a part of the campaign because his chaotic energy would have been fun. When we started first session, already asking Alex what his character's name was, I was like, "Uh-oh, I don't know if it's go fly."
If only Aiden actually had the attention span enough to care.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would agree that he wouldn't be able to get through a whole campaign without it being like incredibly engaging.
Yeah. Alrighty, so you all are on your way back towards the campsite. I'd say
Anyone else?
15
Is
minutes
quiet?
past.
Anyone else?
Am I? Am I too quiet?
To me.
Yeah, you're pretty quiet.
I am. Oh, maybe I. Oh, I reduced my gain.
There you go. Yeah.
There. Okay. I'd say about 5 minutes before you get back to where the campsite is, where Richard and Maureen are. Why don't you make another Constitution saving throw for me?
My screen is not really there.
Eh?
What?
Unfortunately, my screen is completely gray on the Foundry.
Oh, it says you have left the building. Do you want me to do it for you, or do you want to do it?
Can I just roll it on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, you can.
Constitution saving throw. That'll be a 7. That's a 4 plus 3.
So you are still under the effects of the of the bath salts.
Dude, I'm going with the fuck. I'm going on a stroll with my god. Is my god saying anything to me, Alex?
Nope.
Brendan, have you said a word?
Unless he gives me I'm not prompting to make conversation. No, unless he says something or warrants an action that requires me to say something.
Why don't you roll me a wisdom save again, Troy?
And I'll keep recasting Alex however often.
You have to beat a 15.
There we go.
The familiar scary
26.
The familiar scary shadow blips for an instant as you feel yourself grow aggressive. But as quickly as it came, it goes. Alrighty.
Italian's just awestruck right now. That this deity, this primal, powerful warforged, has taken an interest in him and seems to be leading him to some location. And he dares not speak because he doesn't want to offend this creature, this being.
It's at this time that you guys make your way back to the camp. Richard and Maureen both stand up from the seats they've been saying, and oh, praise be, you guys have found it. Where were they?
A while away.
Yeah.
Did you run into any trouble?
I'm gonna point at Vitalium and I'm be like, I mean, he actually ate the salts, so yeah, kind of.
Oh dear. Do you know how much?
Oh.
Enough for him to not be coherent.
I know that taken in too high amounts, the user can be incredibly aggressive and lash out at anything near them. So let's lay him down for a bit. It should pass depending on the amounts he consumed. Shortly, and then once he recovers, we can be on our way. The carriage looks wonderfully intact. Not a single wheel broken. Fate truly is on our side today.
No, I mended it.
Ah, you did. Well,
Yeah.
here's some 5 extra gold, please.
Yeah. It's worth.
And they will give. Richard will come up and say, "Well, for your trouble again, please, thank you." And he'll hand you each 25 gold, except for, Vitalium. He'll be like, "Does someone want to hold on to his gold for now, for the time being, until he
Yeah,
gets
I'll hold
better?"
on to it. Yeah, I'll
And if
hold
you
on
want to
to
hold
it.
on to this,
No, yeah, I'll hold on. I'm already putting my hand out.
Okay, wonderful.
that's
And he puts the gold sack in Desmaya's hand.
it's a lot of gold.
Look, I can add 25 gold to my inventory now.
Yes.
Let's go. This is the most
Desmaya, then
pog champ.
you can add 30,
50.
or
What?
well, you
30
got an
plus
additional
25.
5 from the wheel,
Oh.
and I guess you could add
55 then.
Troy's. Yeah, if it times 25, then for now. Well, why don't we rest here a bit longer so I can catch my breath, and then we can head on the road in maybe an hour's time.
Oh shit.
I think we can do that. How far out are we from Teldrin?
From here we're probably a day and a half, 2 days ride.
All right.
Can you clean your carriage?
But,
Maybe we could hop. Oh,
Yeah, we might be able to go a little bit faster if I push the horse. Maybe less than a day and a half. But what do you mean dirty? Did the salt get everywhere?
we bumped into some goblins, and I think they ripped the salts open, and yeah, your carriage is covered.
Oh
in-
dear, oh dear. As you see,
Yeah.
Richard kind of immediately, kind of hobble as best he can to the back of the carriage and, Maureen, can you please help me clean this up? And Maureen goes, yes, of course. Be careful, don't inhale anything, honey. As you see both of them kind of disappear into the back of the carriage, and you kind of hear like fumbling around. And about 5 minutes later, they come out of the carriage, or Maureen jumps down as Richard's going to stay up there, and she goes, well, it should be safe for you guys to all come in now. No worry about ending up like your friend here. Well,
What are
rest-
these salts for again?
They're for our bathhouse. When dilated and diluted and when handled with carefully, they do not make our users, in fact, crazy. They actually provide many benefits to the psyche as calming and de-stressing.
All right.
Trust me, the family's been doing this for many years now. We know our stuff.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, take a rest, everyone. And so everyone, why don't you guys all take a short rest?
Say less, fam.
And Vitalium.
Yes.
After about 40... Actually, let's see if you can get rid of it yourself. Why don't you roll another con save for me?
Fine. Don't take me away from the prime deity.
Oh, now that I'm back in camp, I've stopped casting.
Let me fail. No!
About 25 minutes into the resting, the prime deity you find disappears, and suddenly,
As he's disappearing, can I just ask, what is your name?
What do I hear him say?
yeah, Vitalium, what do you say out loud?
His said quam lorit's name.
Brennan,
yeah.
what do you say? Because it's clear that Vitalium's speaking to you.
Oh shoot, I don't know. I just nod. I don't say anything. I'll just nod.
Vitalium, you see the deity turn back and give you a slight smile. as then he vanishes from your view. Suddenly, your vision begins to return to you as you feel you shake your head, and a few more moments pass, and it's almost like you are waking up from a dream, as you don't really know how you got here sitting in a tent with sort of back at camp. You have really no idea, no recollection of anything past when you stepped near the carriage. You don't even remember putting it up to your nose.
If I tell him, are you doing all right? Are you back?
Brennan, is that you?
Yes, that's me. If I tell him, we're gonna need to have a little talk later on your experiments.
You should.
So
The powder in there. It's... And Vitaly is just speechless.
okay.
Well, you all finish your short rest as the top of the hour comes. It's about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. at this time. The sun is slowly beginning to set. The rays of the late afternoon sun begin to shine upon the road and the camp where you guys are. As Marine quickly says, "Alrighty now, let's be on our way. Why don't you guys all file into the carriage, and keep Richard company while he tries his best to tend to his wounds. I will be driving up front, and we'll be on our way." Will you guys immediately file into the carriage?
Yes, Vitaly will.
Okay. And you guys begin to travel amongst the road to Teldrin.
What was the name of the salt again? Did we ask that question?
Nope.
Wait, they said it was from the Ruskin Hills.
Ruskin Hills.
Ruskin Hills, south of Hembrew.
Ruskin? How do you spell that? Ruskin?
Rescon.
Rescon. Ruskin Hills? By what?
By Hembrow Village.
How do you spell that?
Hembrow.
I got it right.
Rouw.
Kenneth would recognize that this is where his childhood friend Yotka is from.
That's where my childhood friend Yotka's from.
Oh yeah, we met him. There's that guy in the where we all met up.
Yeah, how did we retcon that? Who was with us?
Instead of going to Rosewood, he decided to go home.
See. Okay, makes sense.
My friends, maybe we should visit Yotka. It's been some time since we've seen him.
We are not
Direction.
letting you take more bath or just salts.
Of course not. No, I was just simply missing
guys are
our
Bobbling
earlier
in the carriage. Richard
You
goes,
sure?
compatriot.
Sir, what is your name? Can I get all of your names, please?
My name is Bryn. I would have introduced my name when we were talking by
Okay, yes.
fire to retcon that.
There's Maya.
He looks around. Kenneth, he looks at you. Are we going with no name, huh?
What?
Are you introducing yourself?
Oh, sorry, Kenny.
Ah, nice to meet you,
Okay.
Kenny. And the Metal Man. What do you go by? I presume you're not the brightest.
Oh, this is nice. I like this now.
Mm-hmm.
You may call me Vitalium, and I'm a scientist.
A scientist.
He's not a very good one, apparently.
Perhaps did you purposefully ignore our warnings?
No, actually. It is when I simply put my head into the carriage. I seem to fall under the influence of these salts. I thought you said that you only got the effects from eating it.
Usually, you only get the direct psychosis effects from ingesting it in some capacity. I'm surprised that you caught a strong enough whiff from just entering the carriage. But
Yeah, you had
regardless,
to have
it's
intentionally whiffed it.
Well,
exactly.
I can clearly remember I simply stuck my head in the carriage, and that's all it took. The salt seems to be quite powerful.
Maybe with
Bullshit.
a body composition such as yours, it affects you differently than it would affect the rest of us.
That is most curious.
But regardless, it's a miracle that you didn't attack anyone here. Usually, the people under the effects of snorting this or ingesting this salt, lash out at anyone close to them.
Is that so?
Indeed. Well, regardless, I'm glad it won't. I hope it won't happen again. Kind of laughs nervously as he moves his gaze away from you.
Hey, Vitalium, do you have a second? We need to go over some of your experimentation. So,
Why, of course. I would assume we have quite a amount of time before we arrive at our destination.
I noticed you've been, taking a lot of experiments on recently, but have you ever thought maybe, the less we instead of trying to take on, many new experiments, we keep, track of the ones we currently have to try and, solve them? I'm gonna go back, or I guess, we have like the, our little green thing. We have that paper, and amongst other things, there's,
We have the mold.
the mold. Yeah, that specimen that you have. Do you ever think that we should focus on those as far as taking on, more new ones?
Used to think like you, Brennan, in that I should stick with one or two experiments and work at them until I found my answers. And for many years, I was at a crawl in my success and finding answers to the questions I had. And I realized that it is by taking on a plethora of experiments at the same time that you realize there are options, there are ideas you hadn't previously thought of that can open doors that you previously thought were locked. It is with these new things that I've acquired that I have ideas on what I can do for those previous experiments. For that fungus, I have an interesting postulation I will soon begin to experiment with. And that green gem, he glances at the person and he just goes, well, there are a few ideas I have for that. But we should only speak of that maybe in the privacy of our own group.
No, of course. Wait. I figured we would bring that up, though.
Of course, I can see how if one was not constantly doing experiments or in the field of science, they might be confused by the velocity and the momentum that I pick up new trinkets or specimens. But it is all in the pursuit of finishing and discovering more about this world around us. And there are just simple opportunities that I cannot pass up, for who knows when I will acquire such specimens again.
If you say so, I'll take your word for it. We need to get to the bottom of some of this stuff, I feel.
I do agree. I do agree with your sentiment, though. We are acquiring many confusing events and puzzle pieces and specimens at an alarming rate. It is difficult to keep up with, I do admit.
Well, maybe we can spend some time on this journey thinking.
Of course, if you all have any inclination to lend me your brains for a little while, any help would be appreciated with discovering the mysteries of the objects that we have found.
I have a thought. And he's laying back, but he sticks his finger up. We focus on the rock, but not the mitt. Have you tried looking more into the mitt than the rock?
The mitt? I don't think I don't have a mitt.
The glove.
The glove. Oh,
If we can't figure out, what's that called?
in
Convection
Vitalium?
cooking?
Vitalium is going to
Induction?
switch to Elvish as he.
Was it inductive reasoning? Sorry.
Steve picked up on my utter bullshit.
If you want to switch to Elvish, you can type in the chat. Remember.
Yeah, but I'm just going to keep speaking because it's easier. But Vitalium's going to switch to Elvish, and he's going to go to Kenneth. Because I believe this lady here does not know Elvish, what exactly do you mean about the gloves? Do you think that's where the key lies for the green gem?
Well, we haven't had any successes, living creatures interacting with the gem, but these gloves seem to be an out of sorts. So maybe start to see what the properties are of the glove and see if we can use that as a way to figure out how we can then interact with the properties of the stone.
It's an interesting postulation, but in fact, the gloves were magic, were they not?
Yeah.
It seems that the green gem does not have an effect on inorganic material, which I had simply assumed the gloves worked because they're inorganic. But you are correct in the fact that they were magical, and they fit to any hand. Yeah, if only I had studied more of the arcane, maybe I can unravel the enchantments that were placed on it.
That seems like a good start. And then, what's your idea with the mold?
The mold is a more personal experiment. I believe that the mold unfortunately has died within my flask, but I do have an idea to give it a kickstart.
Okay. Just don't... Okay. Well, that was my point on the stone. I just feel like, we were fixating on the gem, but maybe if we fixated on, the only thing that's been able to, help us keep it on us. Otherwise, that thing would just be knocking me around.
And if you may be onto something, I will focus on the mitt in my next set of experiments.
Totally. Just thought, but this isn't my area of expertise, so I'll let you do you.
And Vitalium will sit there, content in thinking on his experiments.
Richard will pipe up and go, Elvish, I haven't heard that in a long time. Not too many, elves down in Trodia. I see, are you an elf, sir? He's kind of looking at you, Kenneth.
Can I do an insight check to see if she actually knows Elvish, or if she was just, recognizing the language?
It's Richard, by the way. Marine's driving.
Richard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty, wow. Did you just assume the man was driving?
I thought by his words that he was going to,
Oh, Chris,
Okay.
how's Dr. Choi, by the way?
How's what?
Dr. Choi, the dental.
Dr. Troy, it was a quick checkup after the dental hygienist took care of business, so a big fan of Dr. Troy.
Cool.
You want to roll an insight check for me?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's investigation. I need insight. Yeah, it's a 24 on insight.
Jesus.
From what you can tell, you can kind of see straight through him as his injuries keeping him relatively an open book. You can tell he genuinely is curious about people speaking Elvish. By the look of his gaze, it seems it truly is something he doesn't hear often.
Yes, but my question is does it look like he knew Elvish and he kind of heard what we talked about, or he's just he had recognized that they're speaking in Elvish? That's kind of cool.
No, he did not. You don't get the inclination that he understood what you were talking about.
Oh boy!
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Cool. I don't have to kill him.
That was the whole point of switching languages. Alright. Yeah. Wait, so what did he ask?
He asked, "Are you an elf?"
Oh, no. Kind of. My mom is.
Ah, you're a half elf. That's interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Don't see too many of those around these parts.
No. It's just me and my family, just like that. But-
Kenneth, why don't you roll a history check?
$17. Wow. You know what, guys? This session's going down in history in my brain.
You do kind of, for a brief moment, remember that what your mom's told you before is that there are parts of Trodia that don't really like elves.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Okay.
there's elves that live in Trodia. It's not like a rare sighting, but it's still, they're not typically in numerous number, nor are they treated well. I mean, it's not like, you're not going to be killed in the street, but there might be some racism.
Second-class
towards you.
citizens.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, my family, we've always kept to ourselves. I'm not a city slicker or anything like that.
Ah. No worries. He kind of recognizes that you kind of became a little bit more sheltered, and
Yeah.
all patrons are welcome in Teldrin Bathhouse, of course.
Awesome. Thank you. And Kez is gonna have his usual just grin back on his face because he feels much more comfortable and safe.
Alrighty. As night begins to draw near, as you guys have made good distance, you kind of hear the horse kind of come to a stop, and Marine kind of shouts, "Alrighty, we're camping here for the night. We still got about maybe 15 or so hours of travel towards Teldrin, but we made good distance today." You hear, thanks to this young chap, as you kind of hear a neigh and kind of a thoughtful slap.
Oh jeez. Not
We
this
have
horse
some
again.
we have some extra tents packed in. You might have to share. I think we only have 3. So me and Richard will take one, and I think you have to divvy up the other 2.
No worries.
Hmm.
Should have our own supplies as well, right? Like our own adventuring gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do any of you actually have tents, or do you just have sleeping bags?
Whatever
I think it's
standard.
tents.
Whatever
We only have
standard.
sleeping bags.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys can figure out your own sleeping situations. Feel free to use the tents if you want. You can share. Richard, come. Okay, honey, and she kind of helps him get down from the carriage as they kind of retreat into the tent that she's already kind of set up as she was talking to you guys.
I think 2 people should be on watch at all times anyways, so we can make a rotation.
I think that's a good idea. Good work. I can
know.
take the first watch.
I'm assuming, Vitalium over here is not going to need a tent because he doesn't need to sleep. So,
Yeah.
That is correct. I'm not in need of any tent or shelter. Looking up, does it look like it's gonna rain?
Why don't you roll a perception check for me?
Nature check.
Oh, nature check, yes. Thank you, Brendan.
No problem. I just like I like different roles.
Oh my god, Troy.
How many natural ones are you gonna freaking roll today? Holy
Oh my god,
cow.
there's a lot of natural. Chris, you getting all this?
Yeah,
is that?
Troy's
Is that-
now only 3 away from me now.
Is that
Jesus
3
Christ.
ones in one session?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's closed the gap at a tremendous rate.
Vitalium, you have absolutely no idea. It's just sunny. That's all you can tell.
Wait, it's night.
Well, night. It's just night. Yes.
Wow, how bad it could.
Wow.
Jeez.
it's that bad. He thinks it's still daytime.
I require no shelter. The elements can't do anything to my metal body.
All right, well, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tapped out. So, Kenneth and Brent, or I guess, yeah, Kenneth and Brennan, if you want to take first watch, that would be
I'll take,
very nice.
I'll take first watch. Here, and
Just
yeah.
wake me up when I need to be, watching. I'm gonna go up to Vital. I'm gonna be like, "Are you sure you're okay? Like, are you sure you're like normal again?" And I'm gonna like tap his forehead a little bit.
Vitalium, irritated, goes, "Of course, I'm fine. I'm well past the psychotic effects of that salt."
Some would say that was a illogical, thing to do, but I'm just gonna go to bed.
Actually, I might postulate a different conclusion. I believe that the salt allows you to see magnificent visions. It is most intriguing.
I think it was just actually illogical.
But
I'm gonna go to bed.
Smaya, before you do, and as Kenneth is kind of pitching his tent, trying to, mess around with all these chords, he's not exactly sure what he's doing. Didn't you have, Vitalium's money? Weren't you holding that for him?
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about that.
Like a snitch.
it should be 20 gold, I believe, correct?
Yeah, 20 gold. I'm gonna give
I
him.
got paid.
I'm gonna give him 24 gold. Back.
24 gold? I thought they were paying us 20.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna give you 19 gold back.
you see that?
Vitalium is going to refuse to pass back the 5 other extra gold.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
we see that?
He's going to hand her back the 4 extra gold that she gave him. And he's like, "Here, my fair share."
Okay.
Who?
Hello? DM.
Alrighty. You have, 24 gold now?
No, I got plus 20 gold because Vitalium was told that the job was going to pay him 20 gold.
What a wonderful, wonderful guy. Alrighty. Who's taking first watch? Vitalium and...
I'm
Brennan.
taking first watch.
Right, perception checks from you both.
Yeah.
Disadvantage,
Vitalium-
correct, for you, Vitalium, because night.
Yeah. Also, Vitalium, for tonight's experiment, he wants to. Do you know the mortar and pestle that we have at the home, Alex?
Yeah.
He's going to get out his mortar and pestle, and he's going to grind up the troll heart, and he's going to put the remainder bits into his flask with the mold. Because he knows he knows that the troll has regenerative abilities even when it's dead, and he's hoping that can revive his mold.
My episode 4 prediction of this campaign ending because Vitalium has summoned Cthulhu is well on its way to coming true.
This is where you flash forward in the anime, and it's like post-apocalyptic.
Yup.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, so that's a 26 on perception as I'm doing my experiments.
Oh, I had to roll my perception.
Yes.
Not bad. Well, and then I got one thing I'm gonna be doing while I. Oh, that's a 3. So.
Steven, you find
And
yourself, or Brendan, you
Well,
find
I-
yourself dozing off.
Yeah.
as
And
Yeah,
Brennan
you're kind of-
misses my
you're-
experiment.
you're kind of absently watching Vitalium do whatever he's doing. You don't really make a connection to what he's doing, but you're just kind of like,
Some real pagan shit
always
going on
do.
over there.
I was gonna say while I'm up, I was probably distracted in thought. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wanna realizing now that this is like some downtime, actual downtime within these crazy events for the last few days. Just this bothering thought keeps coming back. We have this field, just like really grassy field. I can't shake, what it is exactly, but it's kind of where I'm at. Just thinking of again, it's this broad open plain that I don't really understand. Right?
yes.
That's where I'll be. That's where I'm-
Vitalium, you grind up this heart. It's almost soothing as you kind of mortar and pestling it. You hear the
Wouldn't be.
grind of the materials as you finish, and you gently pour it into the flask of the now kind of rotten-esque mold that's been in the flask for quite a few days, weeks at this point. And you cap it. Nothing appears to be happening for the time being. You cap it and put it aside. As you also don't really notice anything out of the particular as the nights and the hours draw by. As you guys trade watches, who would be replacing Brennan?
I'll wake up Dismaya.
All right.
Old.
All right, 8, your turn.
Just gonna groan and get out and do my shift.
Nice.
Alrighty. Why don't you roll a perception
Okay.
check for me, Dismaya? Vitalium once more.
I rolled a 21.
Do you want me to do a new perception check or just my 26 roll?
Let's just keep that for the same since you're basically not sleeping.
Okay.
The night
Yeah.
goes by. More uninteresting events occur. Although Vitalium and Dismaya, you do see kind of fluttering over your heads a few times. You see bats kind of fly by, like. You see in the distance kind of a crack as Vitalium. You do hear. You do see out in the sort of outskirts of the dim light of the campfire you guys lit, a deer kind of get down and eat some grass and kind of stare up at you and then skirt off into the darkness. And Desmaya, your watch comes to an end.
The watch is ended.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
I don't know how to turn into any of those creatures, right?
No.
Okay. Well, okay. How am I gonna get these fuckers? All right. Upon seeing the bat, Vitalium is going to
Is there a process to how you learn wild shape?
I just need to be familiar with the creature. I think in the past, all we've been doing is I just have to kill it and look at its insides.
All right. While you've been kind of tinkering with your experiment, why don't you roll a wisdom check for me? See if you can kind of be able to analyze these creatures while you're also kind of being distracted.
That'll be a 24.
Okay, yeah, you can.
So can I add the bat and like the deer?
I'd say you can only add one.
Well, the deer is going to be absolute dog shit. I'll probably tell you that. So I'm going to add the bat.
Okay.
Unless it's just deer. Like, can I tell if this deer is like anything other than like a normal deer?
Not from the distance.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with a bat as I use my Vitalium eye. You see, like, it kind of do like this little like clockwise rotation as it zooms in, and it like has like the Dragon Ball Z power level reader on the bat as I analyze its atomic structure, and then I go back to my deep thoughts.
I'd say your analyzation of the bat has resulted in you kind of losing place in your research for the time being, and so you decide just to set it aside.
Yeah.
And so no further progress will result.
I changed my focus to thinking about the bat and its atomic structure.
And Desmea, your watch comes to an end as the night grows still. Desmea, as you are resuming falling asleep, you feel
Me?
warmth overcome you. You feel surrounded by a million different little campfires and torches. Slowly the heat grows to an uncomfortable level. You feel restless. You want it to stop. And it quickly subsides. But you feel like there was something left by that warmth, by those flames, by the heat. There's a presence. It grows closer to you in this dark void until the presence is nearly on top of you. You feel connected to it almost. You feel the anger, the sorrow. And suddenly, black. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Fuckers.
No, Desmea!
Backstory, let's go.
What happened to her? I went pee.
She's getting killed by small fires that are very angry at her.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she should have been nicer.
Yeah, we are deities. Let's go.
Alright, guys, I had a great time. I can't wait to do bath salts again.
Also, before everyone logs off, I'm unsure if we'll be able to have a session before Christmas. So, in the meantime, I would like to give everyone a Christmas present by allowing everyone to roll on the Roll Casino.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Hey, let's go!
Be first, be first, be first, be first.
All right, let me get up the table first, Chris.
Player Roars, Roll Casino. Alright, you ready,
All
Alex?
right, let's go one at a time. All right. Chris,
All right,
you
I'm
go
ready.
first.
Awesome. Also, and before I roll, Alex, I want to say this session in particular, I feel like you've been doing a wonderful job overall, but this session in particular, you used some words that I was like, that's a great word. Like, so the vocabulary, the world building, all the flavor has just been awesome in this session in particular.
Thank you.
So,
I also felt like everyone brought something really interesting to the table this time.
What's that, 55?
add 1d10 to my next attack hit.
So remember, as always, remember to keep track of this yourself, as I will not remind you.
42, that is... Add +5 to 1 persuasion check. Let's go.
Maybe let's do another 100, okay?
I swear to God.
There's no fucking way, Jessica. Oh my god.
Oh,
94? What the hell?
Ooh!
Ooh, that's huge. You got like Mifa's Grace from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty PogChamp.
So yeah, next time
Alright.
you get hit to 0, you're immediately stabilized but still unconscious.
All right,
Just
you
one
boy,
away
you
from
buy,
more money.
you guys ready for a real roll?
Yeah. Escalators, escalators, escalators. Eels.
Also, I have one persuasion check that's gonna be plus 10 now.
Steve, save your. Never persuade anyone until you meet the Queen of the Lands and just demand her hand in marriage.
It wasn't in my, and it doesn't say on my next persuasion check. On one, it says on one persuasion check.
Wait, whoa. Troy just got +3 to all perception checks he makes for the next session. Troy, you're gonna roll like 30.
Wait, that is arguably better than mine. I feel
Yeah.
like.
No, I mean,
For the next,
They're all different. They all have varying degrees of better or worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but one of them was $50.
yeah, for the next section, every
That was
perception
pretty easy to
check I do,
quantify how good it's worth.
Well, they have different,
Yeah.
like the ones with $50 is a different drop rate too. So some of the,
Yeah.
I didn't create one thing for each, like one roll. Like some of them have.
Yeah,
ranges,
that's fair.
right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I mean, I gotta save my next attack roll for like God himself because
Big boy. Yeah.
I
I
can't
can,
wait to meet pacifist Kenneth for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, Kenneth just doesn't attack at all.
guys, we need to rationalize with them. Chris, they're savage, raving beasts. They've killed half the party. You need to do something.
Also, or Jessica, yours is pretty good.
Yeah, I guess.
It's almost like a guardian angel.
it essentially is.
Well, but so if it was a GA though, I would go to 1 hit point, not remain at 0.
Yeah, but
so I have
this one remains active until you fall to 0. So this could help you like literally like months from now.
It basically ensures that your character won't die.
Yeah, I know. But like
Because imagine if you go to hit points but you succeed on all saves instantly, even if someone were to attack you while you're already on the ground, you wouldn't suffer those critical failures because
yeah, I
you'd
just don't
already
see
saved
my
them.
okay, fingers crossed. I just don't
I don't
my
see myself
character-
dying.
Yeah, like all
Wow, bold for you
I don't know.
to brazenly challenge the gods like that.
Wait, please don't kill my
Wow,
character.
Alex. I don't ever see Vitalium ever dying because
Well,
he's
it's
just the
because-
best.
Yeah,
I-
Alex, you activate those goblins
so
too
weak.
quickly. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
just-
hey Alex, can we get a real challenge next session? Can we get like an actual monster?
I'm just logically speaking, I'm ranged. I have warding flare, so I can impose disadvantage 5 separate times.
Yeah, we have a lot of people who
Yeah,
do
basically, Alex,
And
your
they have
encounter
healing
ain't shit. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, dude.
I think this is gonna bite me in the ass later.
No, if anything, it's gonna bite Vitalium in the ass because he's the front line.
I mean, I just frontline Troy. Yeah, I got 4.
Ace.
I got 3 different frontline spells.
Okay.
I got
So,
I have shield. I have shield. I have
So,
flare.
I mean, like,
yeah, I
if
think
No
Desmanius
way.
dies, you guys are fucked.
I
You
think
guys don't have any
next session
healing
might be,
capabilities.
you might encounter something a little tough,
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, let's
Nice.
go.
Alex
And
is gonna be
Dismay's
like,
already maybe you just killed Dismay off and I just didn't know.
yeah, that's what's happening right
That's
now.
why.
Yeah,
This is
Dismay is
like a-
already dead. You're talking to a ghost.
Yeah, and just curious, does the creature we're gonna encounter next session is it just gonna strangely hate clerics?
We're gonna be on this road for like 5 sessions now. It's gonna be lit.
On the road again.
Yeah, you guys end up going backwards for a few days.
You get back and it's Yunheim. Time to sit 5 more episodes on the road. Alex is secretly planning on how he's gonna kill.
When
Oh,
you get to town, the town is being attacked by flesh-eating bacteria.
No.
Go.
Oh, shit.
Our
Flesh-eating
next
bacteria
encounter is even a
created from the
monster.
mold that
Episode 5 of Critical Role, Campaign 2. If you get to town, it's being attacked by gnolls.
Hey,
I'm gonna go.
Guys, there's nothing wrong
Jazz.
with my mold monster.
I'm gonna
right?
sign
He's
off
gonna be
stream.
friendly.
Stream. Thanks for
Oh.
tuning in, or anyone in the future. It was a blast.
Bye,
I felt
stream.
Like
I love
this
you.
session was
Bye.
especially special.
Bye.
Why?
Alex, do you want to kiss the session, huh?
Bye, stream. Mwah. Not
Mwah.
the stream.